Hello, I'm Morgan Pehme, Editor-in-Chief of City and State, and this is Last Look. Today we're coming to you from the Association for a Better New York's breakfast about Super Bowl 48, and we're joined by Jonathan Tisch. He's the co-owner of the New York Giants and the co-chair of the New York-New Jersey Super Bowl Host Committee. Jonathan Tisch, thank you so much for joining us. So I want to ask you, you said that the economic impact would be between $500 and $600 million for the region. Do you know how that divides up between New York and New Jersey?
It's really hard to say. There are so many events that are taking place in both states. We've ensured that the region can embrace this Super Bowl. As I mentioned, the teams are staying in New Jersey, the teams are practicing in New Jersey. The opening press event, which will be the Wednesday before the game, is in New Jersey. A lot of people will be staying in New York City just because that's where the majority of hotel rooms are. They'll be spread out through all 5 boroughs. And it is really hard to break it down. I'm sure 6 months after the game, there'll be some more reliable numbers about what was spent where. But right now, that number, we feel pretty good about, $500 to $600 million spent through the region.
Beyond the immediate economic impact, what do you think will be the enduring legacy of this Super Bowl from an economic development standpoint?
Well, when you consider that 1 billion people around the world are going to be watching this game, and through the 4 hours, images of the region are going to be flashed on the screen, and we want them to then translate that into saying, maybe I'll take a trip to New York City, maybe I'll fly into Newark and spend some time in the region. That's the promotional ability that we have with the game being here at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. People will think about this region, they understand that we've got Times Square, which we're standing right above, the vibrancy of all the demand generators, but hopefully that will translate as they're watching the game in their home around the world into a trip into the region.
You've been a great proponent of travel and tourism in New York City and New York State. What strengths and weaknesses in the industry has this experience putting together the Super Bowl exposed for you?
Well, certainly the region can handle big events. We've done the Grammys, we've done the Country Music Awards, we tried to get the Olympics. So the tourism community understands what it takes to put on events like this. 90,000 hotel rooms in New York City, restaurants, cultural attractions, shopping opportunities. We are ready for Super Bowl, and as the same goes in New Jersey. So we've seen this before. We haven't seen it to the level or the scale of something like Super Bowl, but we can put on big events in New York, and we're ready for it.
Are there more infrastructure elements or facilities that we need to cultivate in order to drive these types of events in the future?
There are some needs in terms of big venues, but land is expensive here. And to try to find a space that holds 10, 15,000 people is not easy. But the sponsors who are doing some of the entertaining, they have found their events. And the city has been very cooperative in terms of permitting, understanding the issues. And so there'll be a lot of excitement, but yes, we could use a few more venues in town to handle some big events.
With 3 months to go until the Super Bowl, what remains to be done in terms of preparation?
A lot of the preparation is in place already. A lot of the meetings between the security agencies, transportation, those have taken place. The cooperation between the 2 states is outstanding. We are 100 days away. Every day we focus on making sure that all our plans are the right plans, that any contingency has other contingencies. So we've had 2 years to get us to this point. Al Kelly and his team at the host committee working very closely with the NFL. They've tried to think of everything. But we know the saying, stuff happens. And that's what you really have to be prepared for, is when you didn't think of something and then how you can react quickly.
Mayor Bloomberg has been a key partner with you in putting together the Super Bowl, and he's been a great friend to the travel and tourism industry. Do you have any apprehensions about the Bloomberg administration coming to an end with the continuity with promoting travel and tourism in the next administration?
Certainly the people that we're working with at City Hall in New York City are aware that the game will be played under a new administration. There is permanent government, people that will be staying, whether they work for the current mayor or for the next mayor. They understand how important this game is, and there will be a seamless handoff to the next administration, and we look forward to working with them, because when they come in, we'll have about 1 month to go.
Jonathan Tisch, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And that's it for this episode of Last Look. For more episodes, please join us on the web at cityandstateny.com.